hi, it's me. So I wanted to do a goals video, and so I'm going to do like a quick summary of what my first and second quarter goals were and whether or not I met those goals, and then we will cover the current quarter's goals, and yeah. So it's actually really late right now, and I'm a little tired, and I don't know if I look tired, but I literally made a note to myself not to film after a certain time because I'm too tired and then my brain doesn't work as well. But I kind of felt like filming, and it's not like I have to think too much. I'm pretty much just reading what I wrote down in my planner. So we'll see how this goes. But anyway, so starting with the first quarter, which of course covers January, February, and March, I had 3 goals, and I met 2 out of the 3 goals, so we're not going to pitch a fit about that. The first goal was to save a certain amount of money, which I did. The second goal was to read 20 books because I wanted to get ahead of my reading goal, because sometimes, I slog a little bit with the reading in the spring. I'm not really sure. I don't know if it's like it's getting warmer and I get agitated with the heat or whatever. I don't know. So I did not meet this goal though. I read 15 books and I stayed on track with my reading goal, which I think is 60 books this year. But I don't pitch a fit about my reading goals. I don't care if I read 50 or 60 books or 40 or 25, as long as I am making it a priority or reading regularly, whatever. So my third goal for quarter one was to finish the first draft of Winter and start the next book. And I made myself a note here to tell myself not to take longer than 1 week to get the next project moving, just because I wanted to keep those writing wheels moving. We don't want them to get stagnant again. And so I did meet this goal. I finished that project. I think I wrote down the planner. I finished it February 20th. So I think I've talked about this before, but I don't do yearly goals anymore, just because most of the time when I had yearly goals, half of them would be met or most of them would be met by like the middle of the year. And so then I have like 1 goal left for the rest of the year. And I also had a tendency to give myself too many goals, and then I got stressed out. And then also sometimes I would stop caring about certain goals. And so I just decided to do quarterly goals and then break them down into monthly goals. And that works a lot better for me. It's also a lot more fun. And that's this way I can like reset things every quarter, or just keep doing the same things, whatever I want to do. So my goal in January, one of my goals was to actually finish the first draft of Winter. But sometimes when I get like close to the end of a project, I just like start freaking out. And, it's never the same reason. It's always like a different reason. I either freak out because I'm like, why are you writing this book? Nobody cares. What are you doing with your life? Or it's like, I don't know what to work on next. And so I start dragging my feet, that kind of a thing. But anyway. And so some of my monthly goals were like, I wanted to read 7 books in January, which I did not, apparently. I wanted to finish Winter, which I also did not. February, file my taxes, finish Winter again, which I did. Read 7 books, which I did. And then stuff like that. So moving on to the second quarter, which is April, May, and June, which is a quarter that just finished. So I also had 3 goals for the second quarter, and I also met 2 out of the 3 goals, which again, I'm not going to pitch fit about. And of course, the goal I didn't meet again was my reading goal. I wanted to read 15 books and stay on track with the reading goal. I read 10. Again, not going to pitch a fit about it, because that makes 25 books for the year so far. So I'm still on track to like read like 50 books, give or take. Whatever I end up doing, it's totally fine. So my second goal was to save a certain amount of money. I'm trying to finish my emergency fund, and I'm not motivated. But I did meet this goal. And then my third goal was to write 25,000 words. And then I made a note to myself saying that this was about 8,000 words per month, or about 2,000 words a week, just so that I know that this is a very manageable goal. Like, don't freak out about it. So not only did I meet this goal, I like doubled the amount that was my goal. Like at a minimum, I'm pretty sure I wrote somewhere in the neighborhood of 60,000 words, but I wrote at least 50,000 words towards this book that I'm working on currently. So it's going really well. I'm really enjoying myself. So that was good. And one of my April goals was to write 10,000 words, and I also made myself a note that 10,000 words is about 2,500 words a week, or 2 hours or so of writing. Again, this is very manageable, don't freak out. And I definitely wrote 10,000 words in April. In fact, I'm pretty sure I wrote 20,000 words in April. Because I know that by the time I got to the middle of May, I had written at least 25,000 words, but I don't know for sure what I meant when I met that goal, because I don't really track my word count when I write other than like milestones. And so it's like, you know, this week, you know, I was at like 40,000 words this week. You know, I'm at like 53. And so I know in the last week I wrote like 13,000 words or something. But other than that, I don't really track my word count anymore because I found it stressful. One of my May goals was to edit 15 chapters, and I actually ended up mostly finishing editing Winter in May. I did do some more editing at the beginning of June, but I had a goal for 15 chapters and also, you know, smashed that goal because I edited the whole book and I had like 40 chapters, 40 something chapters, I think. One of my goals for June was to read 7 books, and I read 6. So didn't meet the goal, but I got really close. And then I put a note here when I finished editing Winter, which was 5/27. But like I just said, I also did some more editing at the beginning of June because I thought of some things, a few more things that I wanted to change and fix and tweak a little bit, whatever. Okay, so that brings us to our third quarter, and which of course covers July, August, and September. I feel like I'm being a little ambitious, but I have 5 goals. And so my first goal is to start the next writing project, because I'm assuming I will finish my current project in this quarter. I'm currently, as of just a few minutes ago, I crossed, I think, the 86,000 word mark. And I think I have about 20,000 words left to write. So because I was thinking like a few weeks ago, I was like, oh, if this comes in at about 90, then it's possible I can finish, you know, at the end of June. And then in true me fashion, I get close to the end of a project and I just freaked out a little bit and needed a few pep talks, which I got, which they were amazing and really helpful. So I'm fine. But part of the freaking out was, I'm like, I don't know what project I'm going to write next, but I've already decided that I'm like, why don't I just go ahead and say I'm going to work on this, and then if I start working on it and I don't like it, then I can change my mind. But anyway, so first goal of quarter 3 is to start the next writing project. The second goal is to edit the current project, which means I not only have to finish it and let it sit for a few weeks, a month. I gotta be able to edit it, and I'm like, this thing, again, I think, you know, thinking I was gonna come out about 90,000 words, I think that was me being hopeful that I could get it done. When I decided, when I was like, oh, I think if I write 20,000 more words, I can get this book done, when I was at about 70K. I think that was me being hopeful. But this time, it really isn't going to be more than like 15 or 20,000 words. And so I should be able to do this in July. So that's my goal. One of my goals for July is to finish this first draft and also to start the next draft again, because I don't want to wait too long before we get that next project rolling, and we'll see. That happens because I don't know. It's just I've not edited a project this long before. I think I've talked about this before, but most of my stories are between like 70 and 80,000 words, at least once we get to like novel number, I think it's 10. So, and up, and then like the first like 9 book projects that I wrote, they're like all under 50. And so starting with 10 and up, they're all over 60. So the longest one I have is like 87,000 words. And I don't know. I don't know if I need to cut a lot of words. I don't know what's going on. Just like the whole theme for this project. We don't know what we're doing, but we're having fun. We're figuring it out. So I will figure it out if it actually needs to be 100,000 words or if I need to cut 10,000 words or more. So we'll figure it out. I'm not worried about it. And it's really funny to me though, because I remember sometimes I would talk to people and they would say that, you know, their word counts are like, you know, over 100,000 words. I'm just like, good night. I can never write a book that's over 100,000 words. Never say never. So my third goal is to, why is this my goal? My third goal, this is what I say, I think this is very ambitious. I really think I can send queries out for this book by the end of September, or at least in October. So I'm not saying that if I don't meet this goal, I'm not going to freak out, but I want to get close to querying this project by the end of September, because I'm not trying to be pessimistic about winter. I just know, I just want to be realistic, and I know that it is, not the easiest sell in the world. So I'm like, just go ahead and mentally prepare to go, querying again in the fall, you know, and I'm like, if I can't query by October, I just feel like I don't want to wait until March. I don't like sending queries out in December, not because I don't think people work in December, but I don't think they want to though. And you know, very few agents will admit this. I have seen a few agents admit it though. Like there was this one agent who said she pretty much, you know, scans her query inbox over the summer. And I'm like, okay, why don't you just close? Because it takes me a long time to send queries out, and then you're just going to barely look at things because you want to be out frolicking in the sun. There's nothing wrong with that, but like, please close so people don't waste their time. But so I don't really want to send queries out and like around, you know, just all the holidays that happened in the fall. So then I would, and I'm not that I have to wait until March. I'm just saying I think I would feel like I would need to wait until like mid-January. And that's why that's my goal. It's because I don't want to wait until next year to send queries out. Moving on. My fourth goal is to save some more money in my emergency fund. Like I said, I'm not motivated. I feel like this happens if I've been saving all year, if I've been saving a little more aggressively than normal, I kind of like lose motivation about halfway through the year. And we'll see if I pick it back up in the fall, if I feel like saving money, whatever. And my fifth goal is to read 20 books, which I also think is ambitious just because I'm not really motivated to read a lot. I am reading and I'm reading regularly. It's just things are moving slow, probably because I'm spending so much time writing. But we'll see if I get 20 books read this next quarter. It's not an ambitious goal as far as like what I'm capable of. It's just an ambitious goal for like where I am mentally right now, and like how motivated I am to read, how motivated I am to save, whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being really confident. Let's call it confidence. I'm very confident. Okay, so that is it, and I will recap that because I feel like I talked a lot. My goals for this third quarter of the year are to start my next writing project. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you what it is so that you will know if I change my mind. I call it my chaos story, and I've been calling it the chaos story for 9 years. I've had the story idea, I think, since 2014. It's been a really long time. So, which is fine. It's totally fine. Because, you know, the project that I finished earlier this year, Winter, I had that story since 2013. And I feel like Winter, because it was such an older story, I felt like that was like the gateway book to me writing my chaos story, since that has also been with me for some time. We'll see if it works. And anyway, I have to start over because I talk too much. Okay, goal 1 is to start my next writing project. Goal 2 is to edit my current project, which means I also need to finish my current project because it is not done. My 3rd goal is to query this project that I'm still writing. And my 4th goal is to save some money in my emergency fund because I would like to have that finished by the end of the year, but we'll see. It's possible. I just get tired. And then 5, I want to read 20 books. And that's also very doable, but I also need to make more time to read than, like, I need to read more than a few pages a day, you know, if I'm gonna meet that goal anyway. So that is all for this video. This went on a little bit longer than I thought it was gonna go, but that's okay. This is why you don't film at late at night, Crystal. Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, feel free to share any goals that you have for this year or this quarter or this month, and I will talk to you guys in the next video, and happy summer, and bye.